Do you really think that there's nothing to do? Let me tell you the truth. I want you to imagine that your friend borrowed you this video game. You're gonna have it for around a week, let's say. Then at one point he's gonna come back to get it. You don't know exactly when he's gonna come, but it's certain. It's a given. He will come back for the game, and you're gonna have to give it back at some point, right? So what would you do if you could only play this game for a week, for a limited amount of time? What I would do back in the day, back when I used to play video games every day, I would probably grind the living heck out of that game, honestly. I remember beating Minecraft in like literally minutes. I remember grinding every video game that I got into, honestly. I just have thousands upon thousands of hours in video games, so I can really relate to you. And honestly, I probably wouldn't regret it. I would really just want to play the game to a point in which once I'll give it back, I want to be satisfied with it. But here's the catch. What often happens for most of you is once that time comes around and you're gonna have to give the game back, and your friend asks you, what do you do? What do you do in that game? What would you respond with? Because what a lot of people would do is they'll just give you the lame, boring answer of, yeah, I didn't do much. I've collected a few coins here and there, but I spent a lot of time in my house, went to work, whatever. I get the general point, right? I really like this analogy because it just gives a life a bigger meaning. It gives it a much deeper meaning than just, well, what's the point of existing? Now you actually have a point to exist because you never know when you're gonna have to give the game back. Why not make the most of it whilst you still have it? That's my approach, right? So what I recommend you do is make your life as interesting as you can. Just imagine that you are playing like a first-person video game, right? Imagine you're playing an RPG where there's so many different side plots, so many different quests you could do. Life is a video game. Video games are based on life. Perhaps not by the lore of it, and sure, they're like monsters, whatever, right? But we didn't base life off of video games. Video games were based off of life, so of course this video game approach is gonna benefit you in your life. So why not try to make your life more interesting? Why not find there new things to do? Why not go out and explore? Why not try new things? Why are you willingly choosing to be the same person you were yesterday? And I'm not trying to sound like a motivator, right? I'm not trying to be like a David Goggins or an Andrew Tate because that's not really my kind of guy. That's not really my thing. I'm not like that. But I just want to tell you the truth because I know that there is at least one person who's gonna watch this video who's gonna resonate with this advice and actually take action. Whether if that person is you, however, it's only up to you to decide. Only you can take action. I can't take the action for you, right? That's the only catch. But this approach of living life like it's a video game, it's what motivated me to work harder. It's truly what made my life 20 times more interesting. Because now, like, I don't want to brag, right? Because I'm still a 17-year-old kid. I'm not even an adult. Well, I'm not even an adult yet. I'm still on the tutorial, right? You could say. But I'm already very happy with where I am. You know, I've been training basketball for over 3 years. I've been boxing for around a year and a half. I've been weightlifting for 2 years. I'm doing really good, right? I used to be a pretty small, insecure kid, and now I actually have something to my name. Now I can openly say to people that I've made almost 1 million views on YouTube total, that I have a good physique, that I train hard, that I work hard, that I have achievements. I worked to be like this. I wasn't born cool. I had to work my way up to become cool. Or whatever people want to think. I don't really care about what people think. There's that ego side of the back of my brain that wants to do what others want me to do. That wants this attention, this gratification of me doing something that others gonna find cool. This is why I learned to do a freaking backflip. See how many like cool things I can do? This is just like, I like to spend my time just by learning new skills. Skills is like pretty much the best thing you can invest your time into. Whilst you were sitting there scrolling on your phone, not doing anything productive, I was already learning how to solve the Rubik's Cube. I was learning how to juggle items. Like, I can do whatever, really. I learned to solve the Rubik's Cube in 1 day. Now sure, perhaps I'm not the dumbest kid in the world, but I just devoted some time into it, and now I have a cool skill. that I can flex on to people, right? I remember when I had my prom, dude, I was busting out backflips in front of everybody there, the teachers, the people, everybody. People found that sick. I remember whilst I was acting a little bit crazy at my prom. I'm not gonna act like I didn't know. You know, I'm aware of the fact that I am a little bit crazy at parties, even though I didn't drink anything. As soon as I just did like 1-2 crappy backflips, where it doesn't even count as a backflip, right? I put my hand on the ground, so theoretically I can't even do a clean backflip. After I did like 2 or 3, now everybody was screaming at me like, backflip, 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 and now I have so many cool stories to tell, just from doing things. Just for choosing not to sit there and do nothing. What you're doing right now by sitting there on your phone not doing much, it's like if you have the game that your friend borrowed you, remember? But all you do is you just sit in the lobby and you do nothing. You don't even start like new quests, new games, whatever. What is your excuse? Is your excuse good enough to justify your point? Because there's always something you can do. Even if you are injured, even if you are... regardless of what's standing in your way, really, there's always something you can do. But that's up to you. I can't take the action for you, you know? It's simple as that. Damn, my throat. Is my voice too squeaky? I know I'm 17 years old, but sometimes when I speak a little bit too high up in the pitch, I can sound like a 9-year-old. But then I don't want to sound like I'm making a deep voice on purpose, because that's annoying. That's just downright annoying. I know so many kids, literally, they're my age, right? But we're still kids, right? Who just like pretend like they're this next Andrew Tate, who want to be the next Hamza, who want to be the next big guy, right? And I obviously don't have anything against masculinity, right? But you can just feel when somebody's a bitch and he's hiding it. Like, I'm not aware, how do I say this? I'm aware of the fact that I'm not, you know, the biggest, the most masculine guy in the world, but I don't try to hide it. I don't try to hide it. I am the way I am, and you can't change me. You can't change me. I'm gonna be myself regardless of what you think. As long as this version of me is still gonna improve and become the best version of me. Enough of this ranting. If you want to talk to me directly whilst hanging around a community that actually understands your struggles and experiences, my Discord server is the perfect place for that. Click the link in the description, brother. I'm not gonna waste your time. I was about to do the whole Discord intro again. I'm so high on brain rot. I need to go eat more carbs. Yeah, you can click all the videos if you want to. You can subscribe as well. Comment the word calculator if you see this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, brother.